Hey everyone, it's me, Mechlor. Today I'm playing Sharks. Watch out, it's Sharks! This list is largely inspired by the one played by Lick Tyler, whom I am going to link in the description of this video, with a couple of key caveats. I only have one lifeless leaf fish and two lantern sharks as well, so I can't play this deck to its maximum potential, which certainly isn't going to stop me from playing this deck anyway. So this is a rank 4 Xyz deck, right? That's what sharks do, except this one can also get to rank 5 monsters, thanks in a small part to lantern shark and a buster shark being able to sort of modulate their levels in order to exceed summon, right? This buster shark can be treated as a level 5 monster, and lantern shark very specifically has the same effect. So you can make some rank 5 stuff with this deck, one of which is Abyss Splash, who finally came to the game after years, literal years of having been sort of leaked and teased and never released. I'm gonna check when the first Abyss Splash leak was, because that was ages ago. Oh my god, this was in November 2022. November 2022 with a completely different scale. Looks like it got reworked into Chaos Purifying Waterfall, right? Which basically allows you to reveal a fish, shuffle a card from your hand into the deck, set that fish, add a fish, and then you put a panther shark and an eagle shark from outside of your deck to the graveyard. The original skill gave you 2 gator sharks with no way to foolish them, but we do have lifeless leaf fish which does that. So you send a gazer shark, and then you can revive the stuff that you put in graveyard to go into the number 73 Abyss Splash, which then allows you to search for an MST, an Xyz import, an Xyz block, or the Xyz revive flash, which you can send to the graveyard in order to then rank up into DDD Wave High King Caesar, which I guess is kind of a solemn type of effect. But that's not all, because you're playing a decent rank 4 toolbox. You can go into Utopia double into Ultimate Leo, you can go into King Gorgon, you can go into Castell, and of course you can go into Abyss Dweller, one of the rank 4 monsters of all time. Pretty good in this format, if I do say so myself. That's pretty much the deck, right? I'm playing probably too many tech cards for someone who only has 1 copy of Lifeless Leaffish and Lantern Shark. You don't have to run that many copies of all of these cards, but I kind of like them. You know, that's just what I do. Anyway, enough yapping about sharks. Time to check out the replays. This first replay will be against Utopia. Not the best deck of this format, that title is firmly held by Shadows, but probably the most represented deck across ladder and stuff, because it is the most accessible and easiest to play out of the current top tier options. Also is the second best deck of this format. We did open a combination of 2 sharks, so we do get to do some stuff. DJ Crow, pretty useless in this format, in this matchup I mean. So I'm just gonna put it back, Buster Shark to Troy, and they have the effect Veiler. So I'm not gonna be able to pop off. Which is a shame, but I am going to be able to normal summon the Lantern Shark, get the Lifeless Leaffish, that's 2 bodies for the price of 2, send the Gazer Shark, put my 2 sharks together into Utopia, numero 2, which I'm then going to rank up into an Ultimate Leo Utopia, right? It's really funny that any skill that can get this guy asks you to shuffle a card, so that if you open double or nothing, you're out of the wazoo. A Gazer Shark in the graveyard is going to bring back the Panther and the Eagle Sharks. Put them together into an Abyss Splash. Oh, there he is. Finally, the boss monsters that 2022 never got. We're going to activate the skill, get the Xyz import, set droplets, Xyz import, pass. The reason I'm getting the Xyz import is because I think it's really funny, and also Abyss Splash can like double its attack in order to pretty much absorb anything with the Xyz import. And also, Wave King Caesar is not the greatest in this matchup, I believe. I guess it stops some rank up spells, but maybe it would have been better in this matchup. Anyway, my opponent is just going to concede, because they acknowledge that playing hand traps in a deck end scale that asks you to shuffle cards from your hand back into the deck, not necessarily the greatest of ideas. So that was it. This here replay will be against Life Twins, and my opponent is using the Psychic Vision skill, so I'm going to show you exactly how to deal with this skill when it is used against you. It's very simple. It is super easy. As you can see, we are going second. So we are going second, which means that our opponent can't do anything with our skill, and we're going to be able to activate our skill next turn. So our opponent just conceded out of shame. This skill is not good. This skill is not good. Time for a real duel that took more than one turn. This time we are playing against Dragonic Contact, but the version that doesn't really play hero, but instead just plays Hum Dragon, Thunder Control. At least from what I've seen and from what I remember from this replay, our opponent's gonna go first. They're going to activate part of Duality, revealing a Compulse, a Sphere Mode, and a Dogmatic Punishment. They're going to get the Dogmatic Punishment, and then set 3 cards and pass. Such fun will be had today. I'm going to put the Gazer Shock, put a Silent Angler on my field. Not the greatest card. You know, I'm playing 3 copies because I don't want to break too often. Lifeless Leafish, send a Gazer Shock, get another Silent Angler, flip Silent Angler. Now opponent is just letting me do this, and they're going to regret it, because now I can go for Kane Gorgon, the Until I'm Innocent Knight. They're going to activate the Dogmatic Punishment, because I have 3 more stars here. I can just say, hey, Dogmatic Punishment targets my other Silent Angler, actually. Then they're going to try to pull the same thing with Ender Titanitis. But because I have Kane Gorgon, I can just say, hey, this targets this set P of Compulse, which my opponent is then going to activate to return this to my extra deck. Then I can just Gazer Shock to bring back the Panther, the Eagle, in order to put them into an Bliss Splash. Which, I'm going to get greedy here. I'm going to say, you know what? Put this in my graveyard. I'm going to try to go for lethal. The last card in hand is a Catchroid. My opponent was never in any danger, so I'm not going to activate the Revival Splash just yet, because it doesn't really do me any good. They're going to top deck the True Sun God, get the Winged Dragon of Ra, where they're going to be able to pitch for their skill into an Arm Dragon Thunder level 10, and get a Super Poly, and get also a Poly, which, that's 2 cards they can discard, but then they're going to pass the turn. Why do they not attack? Because this can boost itself, so we have reached a conundrum in which they can't attack me, and if they try to pop my thing, I can just use the X's Revised Flash to switch it away, but I also can't be too forward with this, because the Wave Hive King sees that only has 2800 attack, and this has 3000. It's not really a favorable trade. Also, I forgot to say the Forbidden Droplet last turn, because I'm an idiot, but it's fine. You know, Chaos Purifying Wonderful will allow me to get Exceed. Import, I'm going to go straight to Battle Phase, not even say anything, I won't even bother. I'm going to try and activate the ADT LV10. I'm going to Forbidden Droplet, pitching this Garnet as the Pegasus Twin Saber, and destroy it, and then banish it with DD Crow for good measure. So this should be an easy game from this point forward, except they top decked Neos, so they get another ADT. God damn it. And once again, I'm stuck in a conundrum. Very funny, I top the Gazer Shark, so I can put these EXCs and pull back in my deck and do the thing again. Best Soul Shark is going to summon the Lantern Shark, and I'm going to put the 2 together into a Kane, a Gorgon, the Entire Innocent Knight. Lifeless Leafish is going to recycle 3 of my fish to top deck a Forbidden Chalice, because I'm just that good. I'm going to battle, I'm going to fight, I'm going to activate Forbidden Chalice, and damage step by the ATT. Can then pop their own card. They're just going to admit defeat here and there, except that they still have the Karimbo in the graveyard. And for some reason, I haven't been able to clarify that yet. I can attack with the Ken Gorgon, and I can't, I will not be able to attack with the Wave Hive King Seether either. Like, what did you do this? Is this your fault? I don't get it. Did you do this? Did my skill do this? I'm not smart enough to figure this out. I don't get it. If someone... Oh, the true sun god. Oh my god, I forgot about this. Forgot about the true sun god. Jesus Christ! Yu-Gi-Oh! Players not reading. Anyway, excuse a bit of splash. Kind of a waste here. I'm gonna go for the full armored crystal zero lancer. Because I don't really have a need for the other thing. I guess I could have made this anytime to threaten the ADT. And it would have been able to detach, but then it would have been weaker. Funny stuff. Funny duel. I just realized that I misplayed like completely. I could have just gone for this, used the X's import that I had. X's import, and then boop, target the ADT. They're gonna chain ADT. I just get to protect the crystal zero. Then again, if they try to pop the crystal zero as soon as I make it, that doesn't work. Wow, this replay was an exercise in acknowledging how bad of a player I am. And last but not least, this replay will be against Utopia once again, but this time, some insane stuff happened. Some insane stuff happened in this here replay. I'm going second into Utopia. I'm like, I better hope open some good stuff. So one of the garnets in the deck is in my open here. That's not great. Rota for Astrotopia. You know, that's classic stuff. They're going to activate Dexel 2. Reveal the Astrotopia. Get 2 cards for basically 3. One of which is the Sage. The other of which is the Ascended Sage. That is going to summon them both. Yeah, we just put him here. It puts him here. Summon the Astrotopia. That's kind of early, but okay. They're going to pitch the... Oh, they're going to get the Xyz Change Tactics. He's going to get Xyz Change Tactics. Xyz Change Tactics and Galaxy Wave. Have you seen this card? This card says, each time you Xyz summon, inflict 250 damage to your opponent. And Xyz Change Tactics allow them to pay 500 life points to draw a card. Which, I guess, is an okay card to play in your deck. Right? You can search it early before you commit to any of your Utopia stuff. But also, kind of miffed about that. Especially when you're also playing Galaxy Wave. I don't think that's a good idea. Galaxy Wave is going to burn me for 250. Utopia Double is going to activate every single effect that it has. And then Xyz Change Tactics is going to allow them to pay 500 to draw a card. They're going to get the Azure Strike and they're going to get the Rank Up Magic Limited Baron's Force. Ouch! That hurts. Then they're going to Utopia Double, getting the double or nothing. That's the thing! What if they had drawn double or nothing with the Xyz Chain Tactic? They would have lost! They would have just lost the game! I don't get it! They're gonna go for Utopia Ray! What? Why would you go for Utopia? Why would you put Utopia Ray in your extra deck ever? Even in 2020, this guy was kind of mid, right? Why would you put it? Oh my god, they're gonna do that just so they burn me for another 250 and draw another card with the Xyz Change Tactics. Ouch! At this point, they've done more damage to themselves than they've done to me. They top deck the second Galaxy Wave. They're gonna go into the Lightning. Why would you go for the Lightning? This thing does nothing. This does literally nothing. They're gonna burn me for 500 and deal 500 to themselves. And then they're gonna shuffle back that copy of Xyz Change Tactics, which is clogging their field. Their back row is clogged. They literally can't do anything. Activate and get the Utopia and rake up the Utopia into ultimately Utopia Ray. Good for you. Good for you. Are you gonna clog your back row just to equip the ultimate Utopia Leo Ray? No, they're gonna burn me for another 500, which is fine when I have the same amount of life points. They're gonna say cannon pass. So their turn. They drew a bunch of cards. Some of which were Galaxy Wave, which burned me but did not kill me. And ended on exactly one disruption, which I have a built-in answer 4 in my skill that allows me to search MST at will. And I top deck MST anyway, because I'm just good at the game. And they're gonna activate numbers protection, which is also a mistake. Because if you were to survive this turn, you won't. Because you put a zero attack monster in attack position. But if you were to survive this turn, you could have gotten this back. Look, we get to put the Geyser Shark. Burst Shot is gonna get me the Lantern. Put the Geyser and the Burst Shot into Abyss Splash. That's one of the first things we do. We got the X's import for free. Silent Angler and the thingy. We get put into Utopia double. Testing to see if my opponent has drawn any end traps in their deck that draws a lot of cards they have not. So I just get to do this for free. Ultimate Utopia Ray. Hey, look, this is how you do it. Activate X's import. Goodbye to the lightning. I did that because it was pretty fun, but it was absolutely not necessary for me to do this. Hey, here's Crystal Zero Lancer, which I guess I should have made before. It's fine, who cares? Look, 6,000 attacks straight to the dome. Don't... If you're gonna play Utopia, don't do that. Stardust, I have nothing against you. Your deck can be improved. I'm just gonna put it this way. Your deck has a lot of room for improvement. You know what? I take back everything that I said about it. My apologies to Loom. My apologies to Luke Tyler. This deck is actually kind of neat. I just don't get to fully benefit from it because I only have one copy of Listlessly Efficiency, copies of Lennon Shark. But if you happen to have more copies of this card, I would recommend that you play this deck. It's actually kind of neat. It's actually kind of based. And it does have a decent matchup against the other top dog of the meta, because if you go second against Utopia, just get to search MST, pop their numbers protection, and then you only have to deal with like 17 monster negates. And if you go against Shadow, well, you just make a Beast Dweller. And that should be fine. In theory, in practice, Utopia and Shadow are still better decks than this, but in theory, it should all be fine. And that'll be it for today's video. Thank you for watching it. I do hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment something nice, and subscribe if you haven't already. If you'd like to support me further, you can check out my Ko-fi, where you can donate a one-time donation or a monthly pledge. I'd like to thank my Ko-fi donators whose names now appear on the screen. Dingus, Stylish Boy Zero, Jimmy, Zinnia, Yannick, Sile, Mark Lou, Fortune016, The Abyss Sector Guru, Old Price, and Exorcist. Thank you all for the support. When do you think Abyss Dweller is getting banned in Duel Links? It will eventually, maybe not necessarily banned because the Duel Links system allows for more flexible hits, right? But I can see Abyss Dweller getting hit with that limit 1 in the future, maybe not in the next couple of months, but if Duel Links does make it to 2026 or even 2027, God forbid, this guy is definitely getting the limit 1. Thank you once again for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed the video. Take care, everyone. I will see you all next time.